And now to the border crisis. Mexico announced today it has sent 15,000 troops to its border with the U.S. and confirmed they are detaining migrants there. Also tonight, Congress is scrambling to come up with a border plan so President Trump doesn't go forward with his threat to slap Mexico with tariffs. Lori Perez joins us with the details. Lori.
Well, Sharon, the move by Mexico tonight is unprecedented, militarizing the border to slow the flood of asylum seekers streaming into the U.S., and President Trump will most certainly claim this as a victory. Mexico today confirmed it is sending troops north to the U.S. border, 15,000 strong. Its National Guard members will patrol the entire length of the border, almost 2,000 miles from Tijuana to Tamaulipas. Mexican leaders also admitted to a controversial detention policy, seemingly captured last week by a French news agency, of heavily armed Mexican National Guard members grabbing at two women and a girl near the Rio Grande River. The Mexican defense minister confirmed they are detaining migrants trying to cross, a sharp shift from its previous policies, and immigration advocates say a violation of refugee rights.
They're preventing the people from Guatemala, Honduras, mostly from Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, from asserting their rights under international and U.S. law to apply for political asylum.
Russell Waragui is an attorney with the San Bernardino Community Service Center. He says militarizing the border and keeping people from crossing will send many of them back to violence or even their deaths.
We have people here in our office that are minors, young women that are who are minors under the age of 16 who've been raped by gang members, children who have been forcibly attempted to be forcibly recruited into gang selling drugs, or doing business for them. And so this is what people are fleeing. Okay.
He says Mexico is doing the U.S.'s dirty work, and political expert Jack Pitney doesn't disagree.
He can say, well, Mexico hasn't paid for the wall yet, but they're paying for what he would call a human wall.
He says the president will frame the surge of Mexican troops as a win, claiming they responded to his pressure, part of a deal between the administration and Mexico's government to thwart Trump's threats of tariffs.
In the short run, it definitely is a political win for the president. It gives him something to point to. It gives him an opportunity to claim victory, that he forced the Mexicans to do something that they otherwise wouldn't have done. Long run is a different story. How long is this operation going to last? How many troops will remain? And what effect will they have after the first couple of weeks?
Meanwhile, Congress is set to vote this week on a $4.5 billion humanitarian aid package for the border. While there is bipartisan agreement on that, the president has said that Democrats must also make changes to asylum laws or mass deportations will begin. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she called the president Friday to call off the raids.
I said, look, I'm a mom. I have 5 kids. Children are scared. You're scaring the children of America.
The president called off the deportations, but the threat lingers for both Congress and the president. If Congress doesn't agree on an asylum package, he'll have to either follow through with the deportations or back down, which Pitney says we've seen before.
The thing we should be paying attention to is what happens in the next few weeks. What the pattern of this administration has been is some dramatic action. And then you follow up a couple of weeks later, maybe it's not quite as dramatic as it to begin with. The example there is the outreach to North Korea. The president met with Kim Il-jung and talked about all kinds of progress, and it turned out not to be the breakthrough that he had hoped.
Vice President Pence tonight has a prediction. Speaking in Maryland, he says by the end of next year, 400 miles of the border wall will be completed.
It was back in January that we were asking Democrats to give us more bed space in detention facilities because we saw the crisis that was unfolding, despite their denials. Well, in the midst of that Democrat obstruction, I'm proud to report to my fellow Republicans, President Trump has still taken decisive action to end the crisis at our southern border. Under the president's leadership, we've made historic investments in border security.
Now, since the president's threat of deportations, immigration groups, including one tonight in Orange County, have been hosting events offering legal advice to those worried about the possible raids.